So welcome to Real Life in Real Estate with me, Rachel, and Amber. We are eXp real estate agents, and we're very excited to talk to you today about real life real estate issues that you might face when you're selling a house, buying a house, looking at houses, or living in one. So, and speaking of living in a house, we are actually in a listing that is currently for sale. This is, why don't you tell us about the house, Amber?
So this place is gorgeous. I'm in love. I may not want to leave. It's listed at $568. It is 704 Dorothea Drive in Raleigh. We are right downtown Raleigh.
Inside the Beltline, stumbling distance to the bars.
I was just telling Casey we are bird distance. You
Bird
know the little
distance?
scooters?
Oh.
Yeah, there's birds everywhere.
Really?
And so, yeah, you can take a bird to Pullen Park. You can take a bird to the bar. I don't think you're supposed to take one home. I think that's still...
But Uber, this is probably a $2 Uber.
Oh, if that.
Right.
Yeah. It's close enough to make the Uber driver mad.
So this is an older home. This is built in 1935, and it's been renovated completely, and it's got that old charm, that character, but it's a beautiful renovation. So
yeah.
In a little bit, we will actually, let's go now. We'll take you on a little tour.
Hi guys, welcome to this beautiful listing, 704 Dorothea Drive, right downtown Raleigh. I mean, right downtown. Pullen Park is walking distance.
Yeah.
You've got Linwood, Woodland right there. There's birds and lime scooters and bikes all over the place. So come on in.
Thanks for looking at this house with us. And if you're interested, call either one of us. I'll flash our numbers on the screen.
Perfect. Okay.
And we can get you in, show you around, write up an offer, sell it to you if you like, or we can find you something that works better for you. So we're both buyer's agents. We're both listing agents.
And
so
we're happy to help.
Give us a call. So we had a couple of issues that we wanted to talk about today. Shall we start with appraisals?
Sure. Appraisals on the listing side.
On the listing side.
So
there's a little bit of background. Appraisals didn't used to be much of a thing. Back before 2008 and the housing crash, used to be appraisers figured out, well, you're the market, whatever you're willing to pay for it, that must be the value, rubber stamp. Well, the housing crash happened and they got into a lot of trouble and they got their hands slapped for that because a lot of the run-up in housing prices was sort of blamed on that. So now they have to go through this meticulous process and really justify the value. And just because you're willing to pay that doesn't mean that the appraiser will agree. And if the appraiser doesn't agree with the price that you're willing to pay, we have issues.
So what that means, very simply, is if you're going to the bank, and you say, I want $200,000 for this house, and the appraisal comes back at $150,000, well, why in the world would they loan you $200,000?
Well, exactly. And usually it's more subtle numbers than that. Like say it appraises for $190,000, then we've got a $10,000 difference that somebody's got to make up.
Right. And that would come out of the buyer's pocket? Or you would have to go down in the listing price.
Or the buyer can walk away if the appraisal is completed during the due diligence period. They can walk away and lose their due diligence fee if the because that's another round of negotiations. Mm-hmm. And if that doesn't go well, the buyer can walk.
And then it's a material fact. So you have to...
you can always dispute it, though, and get another appraiser to maybe... But still...
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing you don't want to have to go through. So
the comps are still the comps, for the next appraiser and the next buyer. So,
right.
You gotta come to Jesus a little bit on price if this happens.
Right.
And you're the seller.
Right. So I would say that is one of the most, I don't want to say stressful, but points of contention.
Yeah.
When you go to list a home is, we don't just make up these numbers.
No, we don't.
And believe me, we want to sell your house for as much as possible because then we get paid more. But we're trying to protect the seller from losing a possible offer and wasting time. And so,
because the worst thing that can happen is if the deal falls through and it goes back on the market, everybody's wondering what's wrong with the house.
right.
And, might be there's nothing wrong with the house. So
Right.
you don't want that cloud following you.
Right. So,
Don't overprice your house when
don't
you list
overprice
it.
your house. It makes it easier on you and us.
Yeah, all kinds of problems. It can sit on the market too long, all kinds of things. Anything else from the seller side that we should talk about?
Well,
Because I want to attack the buyer side too.
okay. I'll just add in, I always go over my comps.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, there's good doctors, bad doctors. There's real estate agents that are great at doing comps and pricing, and there's some that maybe are newer to it. It's an art, not necessarily science.
Yeah.
So I like to walk through it with my clients and show them exactly how I came to the number that I did, and then I don't normally have a problem. So don't feel intimidated to ask your realtor how did they get to that number. And if they can show you, then they've done their homework and it's probably the appropriate price.
Yep. Listen to your realtor.
Please listen to your realtor.
Okay, now from the buy side, we have been encountering a lot of bidding wars. It's a very hot real estate market even though it's November right now. Still, you're going to get a lot of competition. And the temptation is, if you can, to just overbid, say the house is priced at $200 and you really want it and you know that there's offers on the table. The temptation might be to just, offer $215 or $220, just hammer that.
We'll throw in the car.
Yeah, just throw all kinds of money at it. But the problem is, again, if it doesn't appraise, like say you offered $215 and they accept it, and the appraiser says, well, actually, it's only worth $200,000. Someone's got to come up with $15,000. And if there's a lot of other offers on the table, seller is not really motivated to come up with that excess because they're thinking, well, that other offer that I didn't accept was $210 and they had cash and, I could just go back to market. So, and the way your loan will work if you're getting a loan is say it's 95% financing. So the bank is going to give you the less of the loan amount or the appraised value, so whichever is less. So don't think that just because you agreed on $215 that you're going to get 95% of $215. If the appraisal is $200, you're going to get 95% of $200. So you're going to either be coming up with that out of cash or walking away or renegotiating. So it's a tricky spot, and you want to, again, like Amber says, look really closely at your comps and make sure that you're not going to get into that situation, or that you've got $15,000 in cash sitting around.
And if you do, no problem.
Yeah. I mean, you can always pay cash. You can always pay too much and pay cash, but when the bank is involved, they don't want to over leverage their underlying asset. So something to consider.
Right. And I would caution buyers, if your buyer's agent doesn't explain these things to you,
hire us instead, because we will.
We will. We can give you, I go through my contracts. I go through everything with the clients. And as we should, our job is to represent their best interests. And I think advising them and educating them on the process is in their best interest for sure when it's such a huge purchase. So if you don't feel that you're getting things explained to you and you're just kind of, okay, that's not good either. So listen to your realtor, but be involved as well.
And there are no dumb questions throughout this process. A lot of people are, it's a lot of information that hits you all at once, and that's what your buyer's agent is there to do, is to explain this and walk it through in a way that you understand until you understand it. So don't be afraid to ask questions.
Right. That's what we're here for.
Yep. Shall we move on to Radon?
Sure.
Radon is a big issue, and Amber is the expert, so I'm going to let her explain Radon.
So a lot of people don't know what radon is. It's odorless, colorless gas, so you have no idea that it's there unless you do a radon test. In the state of North Carolina, radon tests are not required right now. I would imagine they will be in the future, but that's just, I think they should be.
Are they required in some states?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And we have a problem in North Carolina with it, so I'm really surprised that it's not required here.
I know that my clients from Colorado were saying that they have huge amounts of radon, like 19 picocuries, and up, like insane amounts.
Right, and the safe level is 4.0. So, yeah, 19 is very dangerous.
Crazy high.
Right.
That's some lung cancer right there.
Right. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. You can edit it out.
Oh.
So, I always have my clients do a radon test. If they do not, they have to sign a piece of paper saying, I totally understand that radon can kill me and I may get cancer and it only would have cost me $150, but I chose not to. That's basically what it says.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm very adamant about it because the house you're in can have radon and the house beside you not. So,
and it changes from year to year. That's another thing I didn't know is just because it's safe one year, like radon is in the ground and it moves.
Right.
So you want to get it tested.
So you want to retest your home if you've been there for a really long time, and that's something people don't think about either.
So if I am under contract for a house and I do my due diligence, I get a radon test, and the radon levels are high, do I walk away, Amber?
Well, you have options. You always have options. Your real estate agent should know a mitigation team that you can contact and get pricing on that. Mitigation is really not that difficult. You essentially drill a hole in the ground, put a pipe so that it goes around your house, and so you're mitigating that gas so it's at an acceptable level. And
then you can retest and see that it is safe.
Right.
So I would say don't walk away from a house just because it has radon, because those mitigation systems are not ruinously expensive.
No, they're not a problem at all. They're not hard.
It's just something you want to know about.
And something people don't think about is we have a lot of new construction in the Triangle. I think we have 60 people a day moving to Raleigh.
Something like that.
Like 100 a day moving to Wake County. And in Wake Forest especially, I've done a lot of homes out there, and there's a lot of new builds. There's lots of pockets of radon. And what people don't think about is in new builds, it's hard to get a radon test as it's being built, because a lot of times they're working on the house until the day of closing. So they're in and out all the time. So in all of my contracts, I write an addendum that the builder will allow a radon test up to a month after closing. So that way we've had time, everything's settled, you don't have workers coming in and out, you can get an accurate reading.
Because the house needs to be mostly, like the doors closed, the windows closed, sealed up reasonably well.
Right.
In order to test the air quality.
Right. And then if it comes back positive or over the 4.0, I have it in there that the builders will pay for mitigation.
Yeah.
So
that's a really good addendum to have.
Yeah. And again, if your buyer's agent doesn't do a lot of new builds or isn't familiar with radon or the area, they may not know to put that in there. So very, very important.
Yes. All right. And then my little end of the show human interest story, actually monkey interest. There is, say this 3 times fast, a missing monkey in Morrisville.
A missing monkey in Morrisville.
A missing monkey in Morrisville.
Monkey in Morrisville.
Yes. Actually, this is a sad situation because this lady is absolutely distraught. She's offering a reward of $5,000 for, I think it's one of her 2 monkeys. She
has 2?
Yeah. She brought them up for their vet appointment. She lives in South Carolina. I guess her vet is here. And she's had these monkeys for forever. They are native to Colombia, classified as critically endangered. They are, what are they called? A cotton top tamarin. And it looks a little bit like, if it was dark and from a distance, you might think it was a raccoon. But so she brought her monkeys up here to go to the vet, and it was an airplane, Morrisville, so it was an airplane going overhead, spooked the monkey, and it darted. And this is like her child, this is her baby, and she's very sad. But anyway, if you see a monkey in Morrisville. Beware, there is one.
And there's a reward if you catch it.
5,000. And we'll only take a 10% cut.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
We might go monkey hunting after this.
Yeah, we got monkey sighting.
I'm terrified of monkeys, actually.
So anyway, yes. Are you terrified of monkeys?
Yeah, they're all over Thailand. All over Thailand.
Oh,
and
yeah?
they are vicious.
Do they bite?
Oh my God. Yes. They so the ones on Monkey Island, well, Monkey Beach, you can canoe out to Monkey Beach or kayak out there. And we did that. And they're so used to humans, they're fearless. And they will go into your purse or your bag, and they love cell phones. They'll steal your cell phone, any food that you have.
Wow.
And they will attack you if you try to get too close to them. Or
They don't believe in personal property.
No, and they would get up on the kayaks with you if you kayaked over there.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, they're terrifying. I had one jump
Can you
on my
pet
head.
them? Can you hug them?
You do not want to
No.
do that. No, you do not want to do that.
So we're going on a cruise in January. I specifically picked this itinerary because it goes to St. Kitts. And
Okay.
St. Kitts is famous for the green vervet monkeys that are all over the island. And I'm going specifically to meet monkeys and get like my drink stolen or something.
Good luck.
I was so
I'm
excited.
terrified. I had one jump on my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I might change my tune about monkeys after I get back.
This lady from France, I couldn't.
Your head?
Yeah, I couldn't understand a word she was saying. Obviously, she's speaking French. And she showed me because we were, all excited. And she's like, no, and pointed to her arm. And she had a scar.
Oh.
And she said it's where a monkey had bitten her.
These things are no joke.
Yeah. So
gosh.
I have a couple monkey stories, unfortunately. So
When were you in Thailand?
last January, I went for my birthday.
Oh.
Me and my sister, just the two of us, went, and I packed like a backpack, and we just went for it. There was no plan, and it was awesome.
That's
It was so much
fantastic.
fun. We stayed in what are they called?
Hostel?
Hostels. We stayed in a couple hostels, but they were, super nice.
Oh, wow.
Because I was totally against that. I was way too bougie. She's in college. That's normal for her. I'm like, I'm too old for that. But oh my God, it was gorgeous. It was
Nice.
gorgeous. Everything was.
I hear that the expensive part is the plane ticket over there, but once you get there, everything is dirt cheap. Is that true?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. A meal and 2 beers, it's like $7, and that's in the touristy part of town. So that's the expensive meals.
Meal and 2 beers for $7.
That was the average. That's awesome. And my sister works for
nice.
United, so
Oh, so that part was okay.
yeah. So we like to take.
It was like a $200 trip then.
yeah. It was
That's
amazing.
fantastic.
It was amazing. So I'm excited for
Wow.
my birthday this year. Not sure where we're going yet, but
I'm a January birthday too. January
Aquarius?
3rd.
Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Yeah, I'm 23rd, so it's close.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, we chit-chatted long enough. We'll wrap this up. Thank you for watching to the end. If you're still here, thank you. And again, my name is Rachel Mills.
This is Amber.
And again, we're with EXP. We'd love to help you find a house or find a monkey.
I'd love to help you find a monkey, but I'm going to stay far away.
Yes.
I'm the monkey spotter, not catcher.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.